Good morning. Continuing how Jesus and Christology upend various worldviews, we're going to take two of them and tack them together. One we could call nationalism, and the other we could call tribalism. Tribalism ends up being, in a way, a smaller form of nationalism. Nationalism, there's nothing wrong with loving our country. There's nothing wrong with singing the Star-Spangled Banner. There's absolutely everything right about being thankful for the sacrifices of people who have fought and who have given their lives so that we could have freedom. So this is not a way of poo-pooing patriotism. Don't equate patriotism and nationalism. They are two very different things. But nationalism is a kind of political allegiance that trumps a theological allegiance. Tribalism is a kind of social allegiance to people within my tribe or my affinity group that trump my gospel-centric theological allegiance. Those are problems, and Jesus upends them. In fact, how does Jesus do this? Well, he does it in the gospel, and Paul spells it out. Think about Galatians 3:28. There is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither slave nor free, there is no male and female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. Now, of course, Paul wasn't doing away with gender. Of course, Paul wasn't doing away with ethnicity. Paul wasn't doing away with class structure. What Paul was saying is your identity is not rooted in any of those things anymore. Your identity is rooted in Christ, and then you move out from him to other forms of identity. Very similarly, we read in Colossians 3, verse 11, here there is not Greek and Jew, circumcised and uncircumcised, barbarian, Scythian, slave, free, but Christ is all and in all. You might say, well, it says the same thing. It does, but I want to just give you a window into the context. When it says here, there is not Greek and Jew, well, it begs the question, where's here? That entire section in Colossians, beginning with Colossians 3:1, is all about putting on a new mind and a new self. It is a new self that has been brought to you, a recreation, a new creation, as Paul says in 2 Corinthians 5, that is now available to you in Christ. Here, in that new man, here, in that new creation, here, in that new self, he's saying in that new identity, there's neither any of these things, Greek, Jew, circumcised, uncircumcised, barbarian, Scythian, slave, free, but Christ is all in all. See, Christ upends nationalism and tribalism and says, no, you don't get to group up in your little group here of affinity. You don't get to group up in the people who think all like you do. You don't get to group up in all the people who like the same things you do. You don't get to group up in all the people who have the same exact structures as you do that really make you feel comfortable. Instead, you extend because Christ is all in all. Christology upends tribalism and nationalism. Remember that, because it'll impact your associations in your fellowship, and it should. Take care.